knowledge, justice, and association with the wise. Always be knowledgeable, just, and choose the company of good people. This is the path of the Buddha's teachings. Follow a wise person who can advise you on what to avoid and reveal the vast knowledge within you. Following such a person ensures you will never face harm. Allow such a wise person to guide you, point out your flaws, instruct you, and stop you from committing improper actions. He is loved by good people, but hated by the wicked. Do not seek friendship with those who commit evil acts, nor with those of low character. Make friends with the good. Surround yourself with people of good conduct. One who delights in the Dhamma lives peacefully and joyfully. The monk always rejoices in the Dhamma taught by the righteous. Just as a strong rock is unmoved by the wind, the wise are unaffected by praise or criticism. After listening to the teachings of the Dhamma, the wise become calm, like a deep, still lake without waves. Good people are always cautious in every situation. They do not speak out of a desire for pleasure. When touched by joy or sorrow, they neither rejoice excessively nor become despondent. They always remain balanced. A foolish person regards his sinful acts as sweet until they ripen, but once they mature, he experiences suffering. The fool does not realize when he commits wrong acts, but he is consumed and destroyed by his own wickedness, like a person burned by fire. To one who is always vigilant, the night feels long. To the weary, a mile feels distant. Similarly, life feels long to one who lacks true knowledge of the Dhamma. If a traveler finds no one superior to or equal to himself, he should resolutely continue his solitary journey. He should not have any relationships with ignorant people. The ignorant person who thinks, "These children are mine, this wealth is mine," is troubled. He does not even belong to himself, so how can sons or wealth belong to him? A fool who realizes his own folly is somewhat wise, but a fool who considers himself wise is truly called a fool. Just as a bull cannot taste the flavor of soup, a fool, even if he spends his whole life with the wise, will never understand the truth. A wise person, however, even if he spends only a short time with the wise, will immediately grasp the truth, like a tongue that tastes the flavor of soup. Fools are their own enemies, for they commit acts that bring bitter results. When a person regrets his deeds and receives their consequences with grief and tears, such actions are not fitting for a worthy person. If a person does not regret his deeds and accepts the good results with joy, such actions are considered virtuous. A fool considers his wicked acts sweet until their results mature. But once they do, he suffers. When a fool understands the consequences of his misdeeds, they bring him sorrow, and his once joyous life is destroyed, causing him to bow in shame. An ignorant person craves false fame, desiring to be the foremost among monks, to lead in the monasteries, and to be revered by people. A person does not become elderly just because his hair turns white. He may have aged, but he is called an old, useless person. One who possesses truth, good qualities, compassion, restraint, humility, and who is free from the impurities of the mind, is called a true elder. A person filled with jealousy, excessive greed, and dishonesty cannot become honorable by mere eloquence or physical beauty. A person who destroys such bad qualities and is free from hatred and sin is revered in society. One who settles matters through violence is not devoted to justice. A person who distinguishes between right and wrong is wise, guides others without violence, and upholds the Dhamma, is truly devoted to justice. A person who speaks excessively without learning cannot become learned. One who has patience and is free from hatred and fear is recognized as wise. A person who talks too much cannot follow the Dhamma. Even if someone has little learning but has grasped the essence of Dhamma, he is a follower of the Dhamma and never neglects it. If a person finds a wise and virtuous companion in his journey, he can live peacefully and avoid potential dangers, walking with him in wisdom. If a person cannot find a wise companion, let him walk alone, like a king who has lost his kingdom, or a solitary elephant in the forest, living peacefully with a calm mind. It is better to live alone than to have ignorant companions. Just like a solitary elephant in the forest, one who is free from desires lives without committing any wrongdoings. For whatever reasons, sometimes friends are beneficial. Pleasure is beneficial. Good deeds are beneficial. A good deed done before dying is beneficial. Renouncing all sorrow is also beneficial. In this world, a mother's position is honorable. A father's position is honorable. A monk's position is honorable. Virtue that lasts until old age is honorable. Deep-rooted faith is honorable. The attainment of wisdom is honorable. Freedom from wrongdoings is honorable. One who walks with fools or ignorant people experiences great suffering. Just as the presence of enemies is painful, the company of fools is always accompanied by pain. The company of wise people is as pleasing as the gathering of relatives. Therefore, we should follow a person who is wise, learned, patient, dutiful, and of good character. Just as the moon follows the path of stars, we should follow the wise and virtuous. Do not follow arrogance, nor chase after love or sensual pleasure. A person who is honest always remains happy and finds joy. When a learned person, through his honesty, overcomes his arrogance, he ascends the steps of wisdom and sees the ignorant around him. Standing on the mountain of wisdom, he observes others as they suffer in the plains below, free from all forms of sorrow. Living among the unwise, the wise person remains vigilant, like one awake among those who sleep. Like a strong horse leaving behind tired horses, the wise person moves ahead in life.